Afternoon VC. Going to show a bunch of records today. I don't know if a lot of you know, but I usually appear, if I can, on the Jazz Bum stream on Friday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern. I usually jump on there. It's usually good banter back and forth. Everybody shows kind of what they've picked up recently. Some of the guys, the OG Jazz Bums, those guys are all great at what they do. Felipe, he's always talking about the history of the music and the artists. He really digs into that. And Mike digs into the pressings quite a bit. Chris is now on a CD kick, so that's been fun. But yeah, it's a good time. Rob from the Wax is always on there. That guy digs every day for records, it seems like. Out in LA, he's always finding great stuff. He does auctions too, so he's not keeping everything. He does flip some of those records, but yeah, excellent. And it's a good time. So the thing though that I've been doing is I've been showing my jazz records that I've been picking up on that stream and not here on my channel. So I feel like I've been kind of slacking off on keeping you all up to date on what's been going on over here. So I'll show a good stack of these records. These are over the last, I don't know, few months or so. Right now what's playing is what I just picked up yesterday. This is one of my favorite records I've ever listened to now. Joshua Abrams, Natural Information. This is his first record in this group, as this group. On Aramite from 2010 originally. This is the Belgium remaster, I think from about a decade later, like in 2020. This is a fantastic presentation of this record on thick 180 gram vinyl. It's playing in the background. It sounds incredible. It's a very quiet, beautiful pressing. And for this type of ambient, repetitive drone with guitar and other instruments, it's kind of fitting, and the artwork's incredible on this. I'll tell you a little bit about who's playing on this. It does have a nice insert. Just 2 long tracks on the A side. We're listening to the second track, Abide in Sunset. So Joshua Abrams plays gimbri, some percussion and harmonium. Among other instruments, dulcimer, bells. Emmett Kelly's playing guitar on this particular track. It's just a standout for me. A couple different drummers. But yeah, I really love this record. So I was very pleased to find a copy here in town yesterday. So that's what's playing. Next is a record I got from Squidco, great Discogs page out of Wilmington, North Carolina. So anytime I order from them, it gets here in 2 days. They package very well and ship very fast. Mostly CDs, but they do have some records. This is Corsano and Orchid play at Duke. Chris Corsano, fantastic free jazz drummer. I guess he lives in Ithaca, I believe, if I remember Dom saying that correctly. Where Dom is from. Bill Orchid, fantastic guitarist. I believe he's from California originally, but this is a live performance in 2022 at the Three Lobes 21st Anniversary Festival at Duke University. This rocks. This is electric guitar with free jazz drums. I wouldn't call it fusion, I would just call it heavy. This is really good, I don't know, semi-melodic, but very improvised. Just heavy stuff, really good. And this is not expensive. I totally recommend this record. Chris Corsano and Bill Orchid play at Duke. This is one, again, I'm not sure if I showed this already, but this is a private press on Sirius Music from Cerrone, the bass player. Just a live performance in New York. Oh, back in probably 1980? Yeah, at the Public Theater in New York City, released in 81. Dennis Charles is on drums. Claude Lawrence is on the sax. And Cerrone plays a few instruments here. He also plays the wooden flute. It's an Indian wooden flute. He also plays a trombone on here at one point. But this is absolutely killer. I've been looking for this for a long time. One of the sax players, I forget his name, up in New York is showing this. It was in his collection. So I've been looking for it ever since. Really cool custom labels. And this was very cheap, 20 some bucks for private press free jazz from this era. It seems like a steal. I think I've seen it get priced up higher in auction settings, but was able to get this one. Very pleased with it. It's a beautiful copy. Next, I think most of a bunch of these here coming up are, I think from Carolina Soul at some point, but this one I had got separately on eBay from a different seller, and I ordered the LP, and what I got in the mail was this CD. Bobby Bradford with John Stevens and the Spontaneous Music Ensemble on the Nessa label, back from, oh god, I don't know, 74, I think some of this is from. But yeah, I ordered this on LP. They sent the CD. I sent them a message. I said, hey, you sent me the CD. They had both for sale, and so the guy just said, oh, apologize sincerely, I will throw the LP in the mail tomorrow. Never said anything about sending back the CD. So yeah, they just owned up to their mistake and let me keep the CD for wasting my time, I guess, and sent me the LP. And it was a perfect sealed original copy. Yeah, recorded in 71, released in 80. But Bobby Bradford on trumpet, and Shervin House just saw him perform in, I think, Pasadena. Julie Tippett's on some vocal. John Stevens is just a fantastic drummer from the UK. So this was very cool and defined. Happy the seller resolved that issue quickly. So staying with John Stevens, we moved to this batch that came from a great Carolina Soul auction a while back. The John Stevens Spontaneous Music Ensemble. This is on Polydor. Not an original press, but a second pressing. Who was it? Michael out in San Fran found an original at a convention when he met Mazzy. That's what got me turned on to this record. Derek Bailey's on guitar on this. Kenny Wheeler's on this on the flugelhorn. I don't have very many records at all with Kenny Wheeler. It's hard to find UK stuff here in the South. So something like this popping up on Carolina Soul is just you have to jump on stuff like this. Even though you have to, watch the ends of these crazy auctions and hope you get lucky with your max bid, So there's that one. And it was a low grade, so it went fairly cheap, but it plays fantastic. It plays VG to VG plus. It's not playing it. They had a lower grade. They had like a VG minus or something on it. Plays better than that. Carolina Souls, they tend to grade very conservative. So there's something to know there. This Bridget Fontaine with the Art Ensemble of Chicago on the Saraval label, an original French, or maybe it's not an original. It's one of the early pressings, early French pressings. Jeff Jenny Clark on bass, Joseph Jarman, Malachi Favors, Roscoe Mitchell, Lester Bowie, Leo Smith. The names go on and on. Fantastic playing on that. Bridget Fontaine, fantastic stuff. An ESP disc I didn't have. The Gunter Hample group, music from Europe. No Gene Lee here on vocal, which is a little different with Gunter Hample. Normally she appears on a lot of his European stuff. But he's on vibes, bass, clarinet, and flute. William Breuker's on here on soprano, bass, clarinet, tenor, and alto. He really can do it all on this record. Really good ESP disc. Not very expensive. This one still. This one kind of flies under the radar a little bit in the ESP disc catalog. Gunter Hample Group, music from Europe. Recorded in 1966 in Holland. This was in that auction. The one if I was to get one record, this was the one I was going for. This is the Hanben Solo from 1979, original on FMP with Hanben's artwork on this, and he throws literally the kitchen sink at you on this record, playing anything and everything you can possibly think of. And it's cool, it's got the original insert, so it shows a bunch of the other FMP releases, and information on them, and the classic yellow FMP label. So this is, Hanben Solo East and Solo West. That's the title of this one. So that I was happy to find this one. Just stuff you never see in the States in this collection. This music is so fantastic from Josh Abrams and his group. Some BYG Actual I did not have. Alan Silva and his Celestial Communication Orchestra, Luna Surfus. This is an original French pressing. Felipe could stand to do some work for this gentleman. Gatefold, incredible group, really good bass playing from Silva. Archie Shep's on this, Anthony Braxton is on this, Leroy Jenkins on violin, Claude Delclue on drums, Dave Burrell on piano. I'm not a big fan of Dave Burrell's style of piano, but he works well on this. I think that's more of his solo material. It gets way too crazy even for me. Bernard Vitet, Gretchen Moncourt III is on this, which is a big reason I needed to get it. On trombone, anything with him is necessary business for me. So that one. This is one I actually got at the next one, also on BYG, but I got this in a batch of records and I forgot to show it. I got this at Noble Records. Michel Puig, Stigmate, I believe. It's the 7th in the series from BYG. It's an original. This was like $5. This is a very unique performance that he basically conducts this. Well, Rene Leibowitz conducts this, but it's a chamber opera. There's some really weird vocals that happen on this. I've only listened to it once. It was just a very striking album. I don't really have anything else like it. It's hard to describe. You kind of have to listen to this one for yourself. Yeah, there's your BYG labels. It's not crazy enough to where I would want to get rid of it. You know what I mean? It was still very enjoyable. It's been a couple of months since I've listened to this. I definitely need to revisit this one because it's very interesting, this record. I don't know if I'd really even call it jazz. And so that's kind of getting you caught up on all the stuff that I would have shown on Jazz Bums that I haven't shown here. I've also picked up some other stuff. I think I got a gift card for my birthday from my folks, and I picked up a few records at Lunchbox. Boris, Heavy Rocks. You can't really see. It's all like a weird laminate where you can see where it says Boris, but you can't. You're not going to see it on the camera. Yeah, it's just plain. But Third Man reissued this. It was only ever on CD when it was originally released. And so yeah, they've put it out on these really cool labels. And I saw this tour where they played this album cover to cover, and it was incredible. There's footage on the channel here of Wada throwing down on guitar. But I thought the hype sticker was funny. It says, "Buy if you dig Melvins, Cayuse, Fu Manchu, or Boris." Well, yeah, I mean, if I'm going to buy a Boris record, I'm into fucking Boris. Stupidest hype sticker of all time. It's like buying a Beatles record with a hype sticker that says, "If you're into the Beatles, buy this record." Anyway, still, that being said, great heaviness from Japan. From Boris, one of their early albums, Heavy Rocks, reissue from Third Man. I think that was put out maybe last year. This is a label I've been picking up a bunch of punk stuff on, just because they kind of have the ethos of that's similar to Discord. They keep records in print, SST records. So Minutemen, What Makes a Man Start Fires. The most recent reissue, just one I did not have, early Minutemen from 1982. Happy to grab that. Cheap. These are all like 15 to 20 bucks. At least at Lunchbox. And then Descendants, Live Age. This is Scott's favorite band, so he definitely keeps their records in. And I'm really getting into Descendants. So yeah, this one, really good live performance. 1987. Grab that one. And then lastly, since, you know, I gotta keep the channel a Beatles channel for Carlson and the like, I don't think I've shown this. I found this a while back at Repo. It's a German pressing of Beatles for Sale on the Odeon EMI label. Cover's a little rough, but was happy to add this to the Beatles collection. And it's got some good covers on it. Some old rockin' stuff. I dig it. Rock and roll music. Chuck Berry tune is great on this. 8 days a week. There's some good cuts on this. It's not a phenomenal record, but it's pretty good. I dig it. So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. Hope you're all well. Peace.